Good afternoon, excuse me. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the press point here in the VIP corner with European Commission Chief Negotiator Michel Barnier and Secretary of State for exiting the European Union, Dominic Raab. We will start with two short introductory statements and then we have time for a few questions. Monsieur Barnier.
Merci. Bonjour à chacune et chacun d'entre vous.
Good day and hello, welcome to you all. We're very happy to see you again after a long working morning with Dominic Raab and his team. This week we took stock of the discussions, as we shall do frequently, of the work done with our technical teams. What did we do specifically this week? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we worked together on the framework of our future relationship, and in particular we discussed a subject which is extremely important, serious, which is the security of our citizens, the stability of the continent. On internal security matters, we are prepared to build an ambitious partnership with the United Kingdom once, in a few months, as it desires, once it has become a third country and if it remains outside Schengen. Now, pursuant to the guidelines of the European Council, that is a partnership which would be made up of four pillars: an effective exchange of information, first of all, support to cooperation in law enforcement, judicial cooperation in criminal matters, and an ambitious partnership together to fight money laundering and the financing of terrorism. The white paper produced by the United Kingdom contained, and I'll repeat this, some positive guarantees on the protection of fundamental rights and a recognition of the role of the Court of Justice of the European Union as final arbiter of European Union law. But we now have to discuss how, in concrete terms, that is translated into practical form. Now, subject to reciprocity and guarantees as to procedural rights of suspects, we have, I think, all the necessary building bricks to build a close and effective relationship between the Union and the United Kingdom on a series of subjects which are very important for the citizens. Mechanisms for extradition, a framework therefore, reciprocity on passenger data to be able to trace and follow individuals involved in terrorism, and the exchange of data on DNA, fingerprints, and vehicles. With Dominique, I looked at a number of questions of foreign policy, external security, and defence matters. There too, there's broad convergence of view on the ambition that we both want for our future cooperation and on the tools which are necessary to implement that level of cooperation. And finally, in this chapter on security, we also discuss Galileo. I just want to repeat that the European Union has offered to the United Kingdom close cooperation. Months ago, we made this offer. The civilian and commercial Galileo signal will, of course, remain accessible to the United Kingdom and to businesses in the UK within the framework of our new partnership. Our offer includes as well access to the so-called PRS signal, the Public Regulated Service, on the basis of an agreement which will be negotiated with the United Kingdom, as we are doing at the moment with other allies, the US and Norway. And now it's up to the United Kingdom. It's up to the United Kingdom to decide whether, as they wish, they would like to get involved in that close cooperation. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on all the future cooperation matters, trade, specific forms of cooperation, internal security, external security, foreign policy, and defence, our objective is with the United Kingdom to build a partnership without precedent, as I have said on a number of occasions over the last few months, and as I stated once again the day before yesterday in Berlin. Now, The second subject of our long morning's work was, of course, to look at and make progress on some of the outstanding issues of the withdrawal agreement itself and the condition for any future cooperation. Now, just a few salient points, a few matters of the withdrawal agreement which are still outstanding. On geographical indications, 3,000 geographical indications of the 28 countries of the European Union. Once again, I express my concern. The European Union's position is clear. Brexit must not lead to a loss of rights in intellectual property which exists now. We have to protect the whole stock of geographical indications, and that is an international obligation, no less. And since this is one of the subjects which is related to the separation, it of course has to be made clear in the withdrawal agreement. So we shall be returning to this subject, a subject on which we have to find a solution in the withdrawal agreement. Another subject of the separation is the protection of personal data. Data which will be sent to the UK up to the end of the implementing phase, the transition period, by, for example, banks or insurance companies, or even by the police. It's an important matter. It's an important matter for citizens, but also for the economy and for security itself. And I think, Dominic, it's fair to say that we are making genuine and good progress. All the other subjects of the separation, Euratom, the procedures of the Union, the governance of the agreement itself, will be discussed over the next few weeks. And then finally, ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder about Ireland and Northern Ireland. Now, we must have a detailed backstop solution which is legally operational in the withdrawal agreement. The Prime Minister, Theresa May, committed herself to this, as have all the leaders of European Union institutions, the Parliament, for example. It's a matter of some urgency. We have to work on drafting an operational backstop. And for that, I've asked Dominique and his team to give us a certain amount of data which is necessary for the technical work which we need now on the data, the place where and how the necessary controls and checks take place. This backstop is critical. It's essential to conclude the negotiations because, as I said, with no backstop, there will be no agreement. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our work is continuous. It is going to continue. And I would like to say see you next week. Dominique, please, take it from here.
Michel, thank you again.